Hello, I'm Brinda from Venvi Art Gallery. We are now showing Fruits of Labor by Bella Falbo. Is an art graduate from Florida State University. She graduated with a summa cum laude. She's now here to speak with us. Thank you, Bella, for being here today. So, here you created this entire show based on fruits. So how did you tell us more about yourself? How did you become an artist? How did you choose to become an artist?
I can't really pinpoint a specific point in time where I decided I was going to be an artist. It's kind of been a constant throughout my life. Always been a passion of mine. And I've always just been really supported by my family to kind of cultivate that creativity and go down that path. So I think it was a combination of that. I've always had really great art teachers too. And also my family's actually very artsy as well. We all do crafts.
That's great.
I grew up doing a lot of that kind of stuff with them. So I think it was just a combination of a lot of things. Yeah.
That's wonderful, yeah.
Yeah.
So here I see a lot of fruits. So what do you use as an inspiration or motivation to create a series and shows?
Yeah, so this is all about, I use fruit as a metaphor for vulnerability. And I came up and kind of started developing this idea during my sophomore year of college. During the time I was kind of still finding my footing in college and being on my own. And I struggled a lot with social anxiety during that time. And so I was always really hyper aware of my interactions and relationships and always analyzing. So through that was kind of unhealthy, but I realized what a big role vulnerability plays in any relationship, friendships and romantic relationships or family relationships. And so I just got really interested in how to show that through this metaphor. And I really just enjoy kind of exploring relationships and my experiences with vulnerability and or vulnerability from stories that I hear or movies or books and things like that. So I think it's mainly my interest in that makes me motivated to do this kind of theme. Yeah.
That's wonderful. I see that your artwork is not only realism, photorealism or hyperrealism. It also evokes emotions. I in particular see that if somebody hurts a delicate feeling, then they get kind of emotion, and those kind of emotion is stirred when I see your artwork. Do you want to talk a little more about that? How do you how do you incorporate that in your composition?
Yeah. Well, I think I'm drawn towards that emotionality of pieces because that's something that I admire when any art can do that to me. So I really strive to do that in my work. But I like kind of trying to achieve that through the figure, through the hands, through the poses, but also through lighting. I really like dramatic lighting.
I see that,
and also really love color, and so just anything to add to that emotionality. I mean, it's like a challenge. I always like challenging myself and how to accurately kind of evoke those emotions. Yeah.
Do you look forward to specialize in any technique, or you're open to anything?
Yeah, I really like hyperrealism or kind of photorealism, whatever you want to call it. And I think I am drawn to that style because I really like the beauty that we see in everyday life, and I like trying to grasp that beauty. But I've also always really been drawn to surrealism. And I'm also kind of interested in mixed media.
I see.
So I'm excited now that I have this show. I'm excited to kind of experiment further.
So you're going to explore mixed
media. I think
so.
And surrealism.
A little bit. I'm so excited.
We'll see.
I want to watch what you'll be doing. And I see two different kinds here. It's more of emotion, like when somebody hurts a delicate feeling and people get emotional, that kind of emotion is evoked. And front few pieces, a happy, what a spring, the prosperity the spring brings to the table is there. So how do you go to and fro from happy and deep feelings?
It's interesting. I kind of just enjoy all the emotions and all the experiences that I've had, and a lot of them are from experiences and relationships that I've had. So it's kind of just whatever I'm really passionate about in the moment, or that I'm feeling in the moment. And some of my pieces do give a bit of a darker, or like hurt, or kind of scared kind of emotion, or but I like both, and I'm interested in playing with that duality of like the beauty and the darkness.
So what would you advise your young artists like you? What would you have anything to say for them, like in the art world, or in the art profession or art world, how they should progress, or
I mean, it's weird to kind of think that, because I am still like starting out and I am the young artist, but so far I think taking your time with figuring out like what you want to say, where you want to be in the art world, kind of taking your time to figure yourself out and your work out is really helpful. And I also need to do more of, but also finding a mentor or multiple mentors. I have found, so many wonderful professors at FSU and just so many different teachers I've encountered, and that's been really helpful, not only for like the practical side of like making art, but also the art world and their wisdom that they can impart on you. So I think those are the two main things.
So like how do you come up with the compositions, or how do you spend a lot of time thinking about your emotions or the composition?
I think both. Either sometimes I spend a really long time on thinking about the emotion and what it feels like, and what colors I want, and what composition I want to evoke that kind of feeling. But sometimes I'll just see like a composition that I really like, and be like, oh, I have to paint that, or so it depends on like what draws me towards it.
My question, what I was thinking is, are you too involved, or do you get inside the emotion, or you see it outside and create the artwork?
I think both.
So how do you feel when you really become that emotion or get into that character?
I think I really enjoy the creative phase of the work. I mean, sometimes it's really hard, because like you get that artist block, and but when you get into the groove of kind of like really just inspired all at once, that's such a fun feeling.
Right, I see like contemporary style too in your art, and though it looks like hyperrealism or realism, but for example, for that piece, the triptych which you have, I like the way you have a focus in different parts of the work.
Thank you.
So I see that you have many interest in surrealism to contemporary work. That's a broad spectrum, and I'm looking forward to see what more you're going to come up with.
Thank you.
And so do you have, what do you want our viewers to take away from this talk and this show?
I think, it's a very personal show for me, but I think a lot of people can relate to, relationships and vulnerability and in their own lives. So I think, I guess my goal would be for people to just look inside of them and look at their lives and reflect. And if I can make a connection with the viewer, that's the goal.
That's wonderful. I'm sure a lot of them make a connection in the first Friday, and they've been talking about this.
Thank you.
I hear a lot of good stuff about your artwork.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much,
Thank you.
Bella, for showing here.
Of course, I've enjoyed it.
Sure, yeah. And so we We at Venvi Art Gallery are right now every 2 months we show different artwork. You can either come to the gallery in case you're unable to come to the gallery, we do display these work online too. So you can enjoy the work in online and you can buy online, and we do free shipping within USA. Thank you so much.